Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and get going. I think, people know the Zoom situation mostly. I think my head will get chopped off, but that's okay. Classic New York. I'm going to chat for a second, but if you all want to find our tucked toes, just while I give us a little chat, just tucking all of your toes underneath and sitting back on your hips, or sitting your hips back onto your heels, just for a little toe opening. I've been thinking a lot about, morning, Jackie, fear, which is fun. Yeah, something that we all experience quite a lot of, especially these days. And we don't really talk about fear so much, or when we do, it's sort of like this big thing where it's like, oh no, embrace fear. And, it's very real in a lot of ways that we experience it in our bodies. And even going into this low back that Olga and I were just talking about, the body's natural response to fear is to close. And to sort of hold together. It's like we squeeze our glutes in and we want to protect this space for our own selves, to feel a little bit more secure. And one of my teachers recently reminded me that fear is not actually the natural working of the universe, which, sounds kind of like up in some kind of woo-woo land a little bit, but just you can imagine that the universe itself in creation and in the natural way of life existing, even with our sweet prince, fear is not a part of it. Yeah, fear is something that we experience because we have a conscious mind. And as we move through life, we experience fear because of our past experiences and what that has taught us about how to be human. And so if you're just joining us, we're tucking our toes behind us. You can always place your palms down if it's a lot. Yeah, so just with that in mind, the natural working of the universe does not actually include fear. Good morning, Francis. So nice to see you. And so as we move through our practice today, when we hesitate or if we feel uncertain, perhaps for just a moment, we can see that fear and we can say, hey, that's actually not something that I need. And that's something that I'm kind of manifesting myself. And it's easier said than done. It's definitely a practice. Go ahead and lift up your seat and just sit back on your heels for a moment. Just kind of let the blood go back into the toes. Yeah, so that's, I think, just something I wanted to share with you all because, fear leads to anxiety and it's a pretty anxious time these days. And yeah, it's a result of not knowing what the future is, a result of our past experiences sort of guiding us into the future is this fear. And perhaps just for today, we can just see it and we can say, it's okay. I can fall over and that's okay. I can push myself forward and that's okay. And perhaps the fear doesn't go away, but that's also okay. Yeah. So go ahead and close your eyes. And our hero's pose, if you have sensitive knees, you can always sit on a block. Just challenging yourself to sit in this nice hero's pose. You can even kind of scooch your hips in between your heels if that feels okay. Just placing your palms face down on your lap. You can begin to arrive in your space. Noticing how the body is feeling as you begin to tune into your own system. Maybe noticing how you've already shifted from the moment that you joined this class. If your body is responding to anything that I just said, if your mind is taking you on another journey, just seeing if we can arrive. Whatever we have with us is beautiful. Begin by taking a nice deep breath. Letting it go. Taking a nice deep breath in. And let it go out the mouth. Yeah, inhaling to fill the low belly. Mid-belly opens, back of the heart opens, crown of the head lifts a little higher, and let it go. Feeling the lips this time. Inhale, low belly. Mid-belly, upper chest expands. And exhaling through the nose, allowing the ribs to soften closer to the midline. Belly hugs into the spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Letting this breath carry us through our practice today. Moving through fear and hesitation. Allowing ourselves to align more deeply with the natural process of the universe. Letting go. You can keep your eyes soft or closed or open, however you like throughout as well. If you'd like to gently open your eyes, this is the time to do so. You can inhale to sweep the arms high, lifting the fingertips, lifting the chin up towards the sky. And exhale, allowing the palms to press out, reach, reach, reach all the way out. Fingertips touch the earth for a moment. Inhale, fingertips reach high, sweeping, letting the shoulder blades open. Exhale, pressing down, reaching away from the body. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, arms reach away. You can invite a gentle cat-cow even with this motion as you inhale, arching the spine, allowing the pelvis to tip forward, chin lift. And exhale, pressing out and away. Pelvis curls in, chin pulls into the chest. Inhale, arms sweep high. And exhale, pressing down and away. A couple more at your own pace here. Waking up the shoulders, waking up the spine. Tuning into you. On your next inhale, reaching a little bit higher. Seeing if you can really open up some space in the spine. And then exhaling to place the left palm down, shifting the hips over to the right. Yeah, almost like you're sitting on the right heel. And then pressing into this left palm to really open up through that right side body. You can inhale to open up towards the sky, heart lifts a little bit higher. And exhale to curl forward, really carving through the space. You press into that palm, give you a little bit more traction. Inhale to open. And exhale to carve forward. Deep breath in, opening. Exhale to reach, reach, reach. Yeah, something so nice about pressing into the earth to be able to reach a little bit higher. One more inhale to open. And as you exhale, palms begin to walk forward. Seeing if you can really keep pressing into the earth to open up the back of the body. Palms will stay in front of the knees. As you press into the palms, you can find a nice sort of condensed cat pose. Yeah, maybe rocking the hips side to side, opening up the back of the body. Taking a nice breath in, letting it go. Walking yourself back up to a vertical spine. Shoulders can come up and down, back, experiencing how you have already shifted so much. And then as you're ready, inhaling the arms to sweep high. Once again, lift, lift, lift. And exhaling to place that right palm down this time, pressing over so that the hips shift over to the left. And then opening up the heart as you inhale, pressing into that right palm to reach even higher. Exhale to curl forward, carving forward. Nice kind of twist for the spine as well. Inhale to open. Exhale to carve through the space. Deepest breath in. You open the heart. And exhale to fold the heart forward. Just nice and gentle. A few more breaths. Seeing if you can really match the breath with the movement itself. Two more here. One more inhale, opening. And as you exhale, that left palm comes all the way down to the earth, walking the palms towards the front and bringing the hips back to center. Press into the palms to really open up the back of the body. You're really closing the front. You could even imagine the chin and the tailbone are reaching toward one another. Taking a nice deep breath in and letting it go. Shifting the weight into the palms. You can walk yourself into a tabletop. As you find this shape, maybe shifting the hips side to side. We just spent a lot of time on our knees. Your feet might be feeling some stuff. That's okay. Just checking in, finding yourself in your cat-cow. As you're ready, just making sure the elbows are reaching forward and the collarbones are nice and wide. Yeah, just finding some intuitive movement here. You can inhale if you'd like to drop the belly. And as you exhale, condensing. Or finding anything you like, really. Yeah. Say Friday is a day to do whatever you want for yourself. I just made up that rule. I don't know if that applies. Maybe it's our new rule together. Yeah. Rolling out the shoulders, perhaps. Giving your neck a little bit of attention. Rolling out through the hips. And then just finding a place to stabilize. So the shoulders eventually will find their way over the wrist. Hips are right over the knees, and gently press into the tops of the feet. Like you could almost lift off the knees. And notice as you press into the tops of the feet, the belly engages. Nice strong arms. We're going to do a few of our little elbow dips here. You can bend the elbows out towards the side. So you're opening, there's like a nice circle in front of you. And then you're going to pull the elbows towards the rib cage and press the eye of the elbow forward. Yeah, just getting a little bit of engagement in the spine and in the shoulder blades. We'll do this about 5 times. You can move nice and slow, bending the elbows out, pulling them in towards the ribs, and then pressing the eye of the elbow forward. Yeah, this is really nice engagement for chaturanga later on, if that's what you like. Yeah, pressing the elbows out, pulling them in, and then pressing them forward. Maybe about 3 more, depending where you're at. Just getting that nice movement pattern into the body. Notice the shoulder blades sort of pull into the rib cage to get you in that shape. Beautiful. And from here, we'll just tuck the toes and we'll find ourselves back in our downward dog. Perhaps first down dog of the day. If not, that's also great as well. It's still a new shape, no matter how many times we go into it. So giving yourself a little bit of a walk here, pawing through the feet. And you imagine that you're pressing your feet into something nice and squishy, and giving your palms a nice press into the earth as well. Just allowing the backs of the legs to open. The spine can even get involved here. Making sure you're breathing. Yeah. And as you're ready, you'll find a little bit of stillness. You can even have a brief moment of that elbow dip in your down dog to really attach the shoulder blades to the rib cage. You can give it a try if you'd like. Just allowing the hips to lift nice and high. Maybe the belly reaches for the upper thighs. Take a nice inhale and letting it go. On an inhale, you can lift that right leg up nice and high. Open up the hips to stack the pelvis. Bend the right knee. Just beginning to find a little bit of movement here as well. Yeah, you can find some circles with the ankle, circles with the knee. You can really just reach that leg up nice and high if that feels good. Maybe you open and close the pelvis. Getting in touch with you today. And trusting yourself along the way. Taking a deep breath in wherever you are. Letting it go. On your next inhale, leg extends up nice and high. As you exhale, closing the hips to square the pelvis, toes point down. As you inhale again, the inner heel lifts a little bit higher, press into the palm. And then exhaling to step outside of that right palm. And the left knee and toes can come down to the mat. You can inhale to reach the heart forward for a moment and find a nice sort of opening lizard pose. And then we're gonna find this variation of lizard half split that I actually really just figured out this morning. We're doing a lot of intuitive movement today. So what you'll do is you'll turn that right toe out to the side. Yeah, so you're turning it out. And then walk the hands over to frame this right foot. From here, let that right knee fall out to the right side. And then just beginning to shift the hips back. The leg will probably not straighten. If it does, that's also great. But just shifting the hips back, you'll find a nice stretch on the outer hamstring, which can be quite nice. Yeah, just finding a little bit of motion here. You can bend the knee more if you like, if that feels good. Just really, if you press that right knee out to the side, you'll really get into this hamstring. It's gonna keep the torso nice and low. Find a nice back and forth movement here if that feels good. Nice deep breath wherever you are at, whatever you're doing. Let it go. One more breath with this. And letting it go. You bring the palms back inside of that right foot, turning the toes back in, tuck the back toes, and just step back for your down dog. Walking through the feet once again, notice how that has changed that right hip a little bit. Maybe a little bit more open, some new sensations rushing in. Take a nice deep breath and let it go. You can inhale to lift that left leg high this time, opening up the hips to stack the pelvis. Bend that left knee and find some movement once again. Our right and left sides tend to be quite unique. So maybe doing the same thing as you did on the right side, rolling the ankle, rolling the knee, or maybe doing something completely different. Yeah, the sensations of our bodies are gifts, and it's also our body's way of communicating with us. So as we tune in here, just beginning to listen a little bit deeper. Taking a deep breath in, let it go. On your next inhale, that left heel reaches nice and high. And then exhaling to square the hips, the toes turn towards the mat. As you inhale, the inner heel lifts a little bit higher, nice square hips. And then exhaling to step outside of that left palm, right knee and toes come down. Inhale to shift the hips and the heart forward for a brief moment in our lizard. Up lizard, I don't know what that is. Yeah, and then just shifting the hips back a little bit. You'll turn the left toes out this time, so left toes turn out to the left. Walk the palms to frame this sort of funny leg that you've got here, and then just begin to shift the hips back. Yeah, as you let this left knee fall out to the side, you'll get into some interesting hamstring moment. Yeah, if that doesn't feel good to you, you could also just do a go back into a sort of a square half split if that feels better. Just find some movement back and forth and seeing if you can really notice how that experience is different. Yeah, this beautiful hamstring has a few different parts to it. So this is just getting into the outer hamstring a little bit more, letting that left knee drop towards the outside. Take a deep breath in wherever you're at. Let it go. One more breath here. Letting it go. Walking the palms back towards the inside of that left foot, turning the toes back in, tuck the back toes, stepping back downward dog. Yeah, finding a moment of stillness here, just noticing how the hips feel. Might feel a little bit looser. Maybe you have some new sensations going on. And that is perfect, wherever you're at. And from here, we'll just walk the feet forward. You imagine that each step, you're really stepping into something nice and soft. The earth is sort of receiving each step along the way, taking as many steps as you need to get yourself forward. As you find your forward fold, a soft bend in the knees here, maybe giving the hips a little wag back and forth. You can take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Letting out some sound if that feels good. I'm very vocal when I take class and when I teach as well, because I feel like it's just a nice release to be able to hum or to sigh. You're always welcome to do that at any time. Yeah, just letting yourself hang. Seeing if you can really release in the low spine. Nice decompression. We'll take 2 more breaths here together. Deep inhale. Let it go. Even here as you inhale, you fill the low belly. Mid belly opens, chest opens, back of the heart, crown of the head. And let it go. Begin to pull the chin in towards the tailbone, closing the front of the body as you press through the feet to roll up through the spine. Knees eventually extend, front of the hips open, shoulders can come up to the ears and fall down the back of the body. Tadasana. Taking a moment here to close the eyes. You can lift up the toes, spread them nice and wide, and press them back into the earth. Just letting this beautiful shape be super expansive today. Yeah, you're so deeply rooted into the earth. You can feel the body opening. Maybe bringing an intention into your practice. This is the time to invite that into the mind. Maybe it's simply to be here. Maybe it is to witness fear, to witness unknown, and say, okay, I am here. Yeah. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through the mouth. Nice deep inhale, really feeling the body open and expand, even in the back of the body. And let it go, noticing the bones as they fall closer to the midline, closer to the earth. And gently open your eyes as you inhale. The arms will sweep high, lifting the eyes with the fingertips. As you exhale, folding forward, creasing at the hips, soft bend in the knee. Inhale for a halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale to plant the palms, right leg steps back, knee and toes will come down to the mat. Press into the earth, inhale, the arms sweep high. And exhale to let the shoulders and the hips fall closer to the earth. Notice this right hip pulling forward, inhale. And exhale, soft shoulders, soft jaw, soft eyes. One more deep breath in. And exhale, planting the palms, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, chin and tailbone reach together as you roll forward, finding your plank for a few breaths. If you even want to here, you could bend the elbows, pull them in towards the ribcage, and then press the eye of the elbow forward. Funny little elbow push-ups. So informative, yeah? Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, belly pulls into the spine, shoulders reach away from the ears. One more breath here. And as you exhale, knees, chest and chin come down to the mat. Inhale, heart slides forward, shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, tucking the toes, shifting the hips back downward, facing dog. Take an inhale to lift that right heel high, nice square pelvis. Exhale, stepping between the palms, left knee and toes come down this time. Press down into the earth that allows you to inhale to reach high. And exhale, soft shoulders, hips wide down into the earth. Yeah, inhale, left hip reaches forward. Exhale, nice and gentle. One more inhale. Exhale, palms to the earth, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep high. And exhale, palms to the heart center. Inhale here, nice and deep. Exhale, press into the feet. Inhale, arms sweep high, left side. Exhale, folding forward, creasing, nice and full. Inhale, heart reaches forward. And exhaling to step that left foot back. Knee and toes come down once again. Inhale to sweep the arms high, pressing into the earth to really reach that hip forward. And exhale to be soft. So nice. One more deep breath in. And exhale, planting the palms, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach the chin towards the tailbone, rolling the spine forward. And exhale to pause in your plank. Yeah, noticing how you feel in plank. Yeah, we say, I don't like plank. Maybe we could say, I do like plank. Just try it. Yeah, can even have a little dance. I'm very mobile in my plank. I never really stay in one spot. Maybe that's something to address, but it's kind of a nice place to explore. You can shift the weight front and back. You can do our little elbow push-ups. You can notice how much heat is building in the body. Notice the muscles tremor. So beautiful. Thank you, body, for holding me. Yeah. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, belly to spine, nice long back. One more breath. And exhale, knees, chest and chin come down to the mat. Inhale, the heart reaches forward for cobra. And as you exhale, tucking the toes, shifting the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, the left heel to lift high this time, square pelvis. And exhale to step between the palms. Right knee and toes come down. Press into the earth to inhale the arms high. And exhale, shoulders fall down, hips slide into the earth, really reaching and pressing. And then letting this sort of internal space of the body be nice and soft and gentle. One more deep breath here. And exhaling palms to the earth, stepping forward for your forward fold. Inhale the arms to sweep high. And exhale, palms to the heart. Lift up the toes, spread them nice and wide, and plant them back into the earth. You can let the palms fall next to the body. And just take another moment here with the eyes closed. Maybe that intention flips back into your mind. I am here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And let it out through the mouth. Opening up the eyes if they are closed. You can inhale to sweep the arms up nice and high. And as you leave the arms here, just letting the shoulders fall back down the back of the rib cage, and then pressing into the balls of the feet, you can begin to lift the heels off of the earth just for a moment. See if you can find somewhere to place your eyes right in front of you. And notice as you press into the toes, press into the balls of the feet, the heels just kind of gently lift off of the earth. Yeah. Take a nice deep breath wherever you're at. Exhale, let it go. One more breath here. As you exhale, pressing the heels down, shifting the weight into the heels, lifting the toes off this time, and then finding a nice bend in the knees as the hips begin to shift back. We're finding our way towards chair pose, so checking in along the way. A lot of us like to stick our tail out, away, sort of finding that deeper crease in the front of the hip. And seeing it for today, we can actually find a nice, gentle, long spine. Not tucking, but just long. Yeah, imagine this nice, long spine, just reaching through the crown of the head, through the tailbone, and then sink the hips a little bit lower. Why not? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Shoulders reach away from the ears, deep breath in. Exhale a little bit deeper. One more breath here. And exhale to fold yourself forward. See, we did it. So beautiful. You can shift the hips side to side, just letting go of any tension that you've built up, shaking the head yes and no. Yeah. On an inhale, you'll lift for a halfway lift. And then exhale to plant the palms, stepping or hopping to the back of the mat. You can make your way through a flow if you'd like. You can stick with your knees, chest, chin, or move through a chaturanga. You know your body. So just listen. Yeah, it's quite warm, at least here it is. So just be aware of that. Yeah, vinyasa builds heat. So if you don't need more heat, don't do it. Simple. Yeah. Take a nice deep breath in and you're down dog when you arrive. Let it go. Inhale, filling the low belly, mid belly, upper chest, crown of the head spills to the earth. And exhaling, bones come closer to the body. One more inhale, sealing the lips. And exhale. Inhale, right leg will sweep high this time, square pelvis. And exhale, stepping between the palms, left knee will stay lifted. Go ahead and plant that left palm down into the earth and begin to peel up with that right palm high. Now the left shoulder will reach toward the right knee as you gently pull this right hip back towards the left heel. Pressing and reaching, inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. As you exhale, that right arm sweeps out and down back towards your lunge. And then pressing into the feet, you'll inhale to lift the arms high. Now finding our high crescent lunge. So in the same shape, You can imagine this left hip pulling forward, right hip pulling back. Yeah, it's this really nice dynamic shape. And then that right knee can slide forward. Inhale to lift the fingertips high. Exhale, shoulder blades then fall down the back of the body. That left heel is nice and lifted, lifting that left hamstring as well. Yeah, take a deep breath in. Exhaling, letting it go. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, palms meet behind the spine, lacing the fingers. And inhale to open up the heart. We're moving into I like to do this sort of heel lifted, humble warrior. So it gives us an opportunity to keep the hips square. Yeah, so finding your heart open here, pulling the inner thighs together, and then beginning to tilt the spine forward. Yeah, it's a little bit more challenging, but we can do it. We're very strong. Yeah, so that right hip is still pulling back, that left hip is pulling forward. We'll just find 2 more breaths here. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling, letting it go. Deep breath in. And as you exhale this time, palms come back to the low spine. Inhale, arms sweep high, finding that crescent lunge for a moment. And then exhale to open up, warrior 2. If your right thigh is burning, give it a moment. Yeah, that's all it takes. You don't need to spend all of it up here, but it's a good trick. It's amazing how quickly the body recovers. As we find this shape, really allowing that right leg, the right inner thigh to really reach forward. Belly pulls into the spine. Shoulders are soft. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling. Really pressing into that left foot. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On your next inhale, reversing your warrior, reaching the right fingertips out and away. And as you exhale, press into that right foot to extend the right knee. Reverse triangle. Rooting through the back of the pelvis to really open up that right side body. Take a deep breath in and let it go. One more deep breath in here, reaching and pressing and letting it go. We'll turn the right toes in and then just drape the spine down, finding your way towards your wide-legged forward fold. And go ahead and find a nice bend in the knees to start off here. You can walk the fingertips out nice and far in front of you, almost like you're gonna go into all fours if you wanted to. Yeah, a nice bend in the knees to allow for some space in the pelvis to really reach back and away. So finding a nice long spine. And then from here, just letting the spine drape between the legs. You can keep the knees bent or you can straighten them. Maybe you find both. Maybe you bend one and then the other. Listening to what your body's asking for. Taking just 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Really letting the torso spill forward. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Feels good. Take a deep breath in. This time as you exhale, walking the palms back towards you under the face this time. Some of us have done this before. My favorite swimming time. Yeah. So I like to keep a soft bend in the knees. You can do it as you like. You'll place the left palm under the face and inhale the right arm to sweep high. Yeah, you don't have to keep your hips square, but you can if you want. Just notice what you're doing. And as you find an exhale, you'll reach out and up and away, scooping through the space all the way back down, replacing the left palm with the right. And then inhale to lift the left arm high, reach, reach, reach. And then reaching all the way out and away as you exhale, replacing the palm. I don't know, I just like doing this. It feels really good. You can kind of let the hips do whatever they want. If you want to keep really reaching for the back of the space, feels good. Yeah, just letting the breath be really deep and full. We'll find probably about 5 rounds, depending on how fast you're moving. You can really open up through the body. You can almost imagine you're moving through like a side cat as you scoop through the space. Finding our last 2 rounds or so. We'll do it again, don't worry. Yeah. If you don't like this, I'm sorry. I really enjoy this. So I hope that it feels good to you. Yeah, you'll find both of your palms on the earth once again. Just finding a nice long spine, pressing into the earth. You can extend both legs long, really reaching the pelvis back and open. You press into the feet almost like you could rip the mat in half. Nice long spine. Take one more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, softening, walking the palms to frame that right foot, and squaring the hips. We're going to be moving into a warrior three from here. So seeing if you can sort of memorize the shape of the pelvis right now. And all you're doing is you're going to lift the hips. So if you want blocks, this is a good time to use them. You don't need them. From here, shifting into the right foot and just gently lifting off of the ground. Like, it's like your body just sort of hovers off of the ground. You can leave the fingertips down. You can even find the palms against that right thigh if that works for you. You can bring the palms to the heart center, reach them back, reach them forward. Maybe you're dancing and you're finding different ways to find balance. Yeah, I'm just seeing if you can really press into that right foot, continuing to breathe. That left inner heel is reaching up for the sky to keep that pelvis square. Just 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Deep, deep breath. And letting it go. Bringing that knee in towards the chest. Yeah, bending the left knee in. Seeing if we can begin to roll up through the spine. The chin sort of pulls into the spine to give us a little bit more grounding. As we find our way up towards standing, you can lace the fingers over that left knee. Just take a moment here. That right glute is probably screaming at you, but just notice as you pause here, that sensation in the right hip begins to just melt away. Yeah. Again, so beautiful how the body can recover so quickly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Feels good. Yeah, can reach down to find that left ankle. And either, we're moving into a tree pose, so you'll either find a nice kickstand down at the bottom, finding your foot against your calf muscle, or drawing it all the way up into the inner thigh. Yeah, doesn't matter where you're at today, just listening to what you would like. And then finding the palms at the heart. As you find this shape, you could even lift up the toes, spread them wide once again, and then press them back down into the earth. Give you a little bit more stability, really allowing for that left inner thigh to reach out, grounding down. Find a deep breath in. Letting it go. Finding a place to rest your eyes. Beautiful tree pose. To think that trees don't really experience fear in order to become how magnificent they are, you know? They are so beautiful and so patient, so generous, and so stable. I love trees so much. I feel that they have so much to teach us. So perhaps we can embody the tree for a moment, letting ourselves blow in the wind if that happens. My muscles are shaking, and that is beautiful as well. Yeah, be pressing into that right foot. Take a deep breath in, letting it go. Just 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Letting it go. And super gentle here. You're going to just begin to turn that left knee in towards the center line to release that left foot. So gentle. Try not to slingshot it. It happens. That's okay. Yeah, and then just sending that left heel all the way back, tilting the spine forward. One more moment in our warrior three, and then bending that right knee, stepping back. Both feet step back, downward dog. You can make your way through a flow if you would like. Hang out in your down dog, or perhaps rest in a child's pose, just for about 3 to 5 breaths here. Beautiful. How's everyone feeling? Good. Perfect. Thanks, Trish. All right, take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Deep, deep breath in. Out through the mouth, letting all of it go. This time, sealing the lips, inhale. And let it out through the nose. Belly pulls into the spine as you press into the hands. On your next inhale, left heel will sweep by. And then exhaling to step between the palms. Right knee stays lifted. So plant that right palm nice and deep into the earth. Draw the right shoulder toward the left knee. And then inhale to lift that left palm high. As you exhale, the hips can begin to sink a little bit deeper, but see if you can really pull that left hip back. Right hip rolls forward. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deep, deep breath. Exhale, letting it go. One more inhale. And exhale, left fingertips sweep out and down, inhaling to lift both arms high, finding our high lunge. Yeah, in this shape, again, pulling that left hip back, right hip pulls forward to then make space to bend that left knee. Right heel is nice and high, super straight right leg, and soft shoulders. Yeah, take a deep breath in. Exhaling. Deep, deep breath. And exhale, letting go. One more breath here. Exhaling, palms meet behind the spine, lacing the fingers, inhaling to lift the heart forward, and then just take a moment to really pull the inner thighs toward one another, and then begin to fall forward, letting the spine tilt forward, spilling forward. Yeah, nice sort of variation on humble warrior. Yeah, so the hips can be nice and square. Notice, the spine really likes to fall towards the right in this shape. So see if we can really keep ourselves engaged in the center line. Just one more breath here. And exhale, palms come back to the spine. Inhale, both arms sweep high, lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, planting that right heel, opening up, warrior two. Yeah, if you need it, just give that knee one moment of pause. And then come right back down. Inhale, fingertips lift and reach. And then exhaling to slide the hips forward and down. Yeah, it's like the pelvis is on this sort of shifting forward and down. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soft shoulders. Deep inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Bending a little deeper into that left knee. Inhaling. And exhale, belly to spine. As you inhale this time, left arm reaches out and back. Reversing the warrior. And then pressing into that left knee to extend that left leg, long reverse triangle. So in this shape, we do like to tend to splay the front of the body. So just rooting down through the back of the pelvis, protecting the spine, and then reaching, making space in the left side body. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. And exhaling, letting it go, turning the left toes in, straightening the spine forward, finding our way back to our wide-legged forward fold. Walking the fingertips out just a bit, really bending the knees nice and soft. Almost like you're sticking your bum out to the back wall, yeah? Really allowing the front of the hip to crease deeply, and then folding the spine forward, allowing for just 3 breaths here. Yeah, keeping the knees straight or bent, however you like. One more breath here. Letting it go. And walking the palms back under the face. We'll find a little bit more swimming. So just placing the right palm under the face this time. Inhale to lift that left arm high, twisting the spine. And then as you exhale, reaching out and away. Yeah, carving through the space, replacing the palm. Inhale, right arm lift high, twisting the spine. And exhale to reach out and away. Maybe the eyes follow the fingers this time. Maybe you find some more movement in the knees or the hips. Yeah, remembering this is for you. This is your practice. So getting out a bit what you need and what your body's asking for. Just taking 2 or 3 more rounds of this, letting the breath be so nice and full. And then as you're ready, just planting both palms down and finding this nice, super strong, stable, flat back. Feet are pressing so much into the mat that they could almost rip the mat in half. Nice long spine, pressing, reaching, deep breath in. And as you exhale, letting that go, walking the palms back to frame this left foot. This time, taking a moment, memorizing the shape of the pelvis, the squareness of the pelvis with that right heel lifting, and then gently shifting your weight into that left foot, finding our warrior 3 as the hips and that right leg just lift off of the ground. Yeah, so inner heel of the right foot is reaching high to keep the pelvis square. Palms can meet at the heart, reach back, reach forward. They can move. Yeah, it's kind of nice to find some movement. It's a little bit helpful for balance at times. Taking 3 more breaths here, really pressing into that left foot. It's helpful to find a place to rest the eyes, our drishti, place of focus. 1 more deep breath. Letting it go. And drawing that right knee towards the chest and gently rolling up through the spine. If you fall, it's okay. Yeah, I always try to remind myself of that. Placing the palms over that right shin and just taking a moment, letting that sensation in the left hip dissolve, melt away. So strong. Taking a deep breath in and letting it go. 1 more breath here. You can even sigh it out if that feels good. And then we'll move into our variations of tree. So you can either plant that right foot as a little kickstand, come up to the inner calf muscle, or all the way up into the inner thigh, wherever you're at. Does not matter. Perfect choice. Yeah, you might notice one side feels easier to balance than the other. And that is just the best. It's just information. Yeah? We're really pressing into this left foot into the earth. And then wherever you have that right foot plugged into the thigh or the calf, I think if you can really feel this space, you can feel that left leg again engage against the right foot. Take a deep breath in, letting it go. Just taking a moment to embody the tree. Taking 2 more breaths here. Strong, stable, patient. Bringing that right knee gently towards the center line, releasing that foot. So gentle, beautiful. Nice job. And then extending that right heel back, reaching it away. Moment in our warrior 3. Might have some fun dancing going on. And then just stepping back with both legs, finding your downward dog. You can make your way through one last flow here if you'd like. Finding your down dog or child's pose if that feels better for you as well. Wherever you're at, just returning to the breath. Deepening the breath. Letting it go. And coming back to your down dog if you're not already there. And just taking a moment to acknowledge how much the shape has already shifted. The body is so beautiful. Carries us carries us wherever we go, really. So thank you, body. And begin walking the feet towards the front of the mat, just like we did at the beginning of our practice. You can walk the feet towards the outside of the mat this time. And then just gently turning the toes out. You begin to shift the hips down, bending the knees. If you need a block underneath your pelvis, that is perfect as well. We'll just find a brief moment in Malasana, yogi squat. So wherever you're at, if the hips are lifted, that's perfect. But wherever you're at, just placing the elbows on the inside of the knees and pressing the elbows and the knees against one another so you can really plug into the outside of the feet. Yeah, our tendency is to collapse in. The same thing with fear. Our bodies like to close to protect ourselves. So seeing if we can open, you're creating a beautiful space in front of you. So nice. Yeah, take a deep breath in. Let it go. Maybe the eyes come to close or they soften. Nice focus on the floor in front of you. Just taking a few moments in silence to honor this shape, honor the space, and honor yourself. And as you're ready, just gently begin to let this dissolve. You can place the palms behind you, just shifting the hips onto the earth. You're going to find another quite intuitive shape that I really love. I wanted to share with you all. You can place the feet outside of the mat, and then just placing the palms out behind you. You don't have to place them all the way outside of the mat, maybe right on the edges. And then you can choose to keep your palms, fingertips facing forward or out to the side or back. You'll see in a moment. You can begin to draw the knees over to the right side. And then from here, you're going to draw the left shoulder back and find a nice twist. Yeah, this is really nice to open up this left hip along with finding a nice yummy twist. So you can use the palms on the floor to press yourself back so the right shoulder draws forward, left shoulder pulls back. And then just you can find a little bit of movement here. Yeah, it might feel kind of funky because it's not necessarily a strict asana, but that's kind of the point, I think. Yeah, it feels quite nice. You can even tent up the fingers if that feels better. And just you might notice some sensation coming into that left hip. So it sneaks up on you a little bit. I'm just taking about 3 more breaths here. Inhaling to let the body expand, and exhaling to perhaps twist a little deeper. Deep breath in. Exhale, letting the spine twist, pulling that left shoulder back, right shoulder reaches forward. 1 more breath. And letting it go, coming back towards center. I'm just letting the knees fall to the other side and finding the same twist on the right side. Yeah, so something kind of nice about this is that you can also get into the shoulders a little bit more. Yeah, if you could even reach that left arm across the body. We didn't do that on the other side, but that's okay. I just like to keep my hands on the ground and really sort of pull that right shoulder back and left shoulder forward to find a twist. And then this right hip gets a nice opening. Yeah, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deepest breath in. And letting it go. 1 more breath. Letting everything soften. Coming back towards the center and just taking a moment with the shoulders on, or with the palms behind you. And you can just press one shoulder forward and then the other. This is a great practice for the morning time if you have a really tight upper back. You can almost use your shoulders, the bones of the shoulders, to give yourself a little massage. Yeah. And then as you're ready, just walking yourself back up, bringing the knees to close, giving yourself a nice tight hug. And then from here, you can just sort of scoot yourself back, maybe the feet lift off of the ground, balancing on the tailbone for a moment. And then if you think it's fun, I do, you can just let yourself fall back, sort of letting go of any need to hold onto a shape, holding onto your knees, rocking side to side, maybe grabbing the feet and moving into a happy baby, just shifting the weight side to side. And actually, as we're ready, perhaps everyone can find a happy baby for a moment. And I've said this before, but I think it's always worth repeating that the shape of happy baby is this beautiful embodiment of the natural innocence and contentment of an infant. Just so beautiful. You imagine that sort of deep unknown that runs through the minds of the little baby. And they're just happy. This beautiful state of bliss is something we can practice embodying. As you press the hips down into the earth, nice long spine, happy baby. And drawing the knees back into the chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze once again. And we'll just move into any last final shapes that you like. Yes, I'm trying to keep us on time here. So you can find either a bridge, you can find a nice back bend if that serves you. You can find an inversion if that's something that you like. I would say pick one. You can stay in your happy baby. Find another twist if that feels good. I'm just taking about a minute to find that last shape. And trust yourself in the choices that you make. That is a practice as well. Practice trusting. Beautiful choices. From here, as you're ready, just letting that begin to fade away. You can pull the knees back into the chest. One last time, giving yourself a nice squeeze. Taking a nice deep breath in wherever you're at. And as you let it go, releasing the knees, releasing the legs, finding your way to your Shavasana. Beautiful. Perhaps in this moment, that intention floats back into your mind, and perhaps you just allow yourself to fall, acknowledging this beautiful practice and allowing the body to simply be. The bottoms of the feet, the ankles, the calf muscles, the knees, the hamstrings, and the glute muscles, so soft against the earth. The spine, the back of the heart, the back of the shoulders, a beautiful line of the back of the arms that is simply resting on the earth below you. The space below the neck, and the back of the head, the crown of the head, the bones of the face, the eyes falling a little deeper into the earth beneath them. Nice soft jaw, soft tongue, throat, chest, lungs, gently massaging the heart, soft belly, soft breath, Shavasana. Of course, staying in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Perhaps as you're ready, I'm just beginning to invite a little bit of a deeper breath into the body, feeling the back of the body open into the earth as you inhale and exhale. Find some gentle movement into the fingers and the toes, ankles, wrists, knees, elbows. And just folding yourself over to one side and gently pressing yourself up to your final feet. And allow the eyes to stay soft or closed. And just bringing the palms into the space of the heart, whether that's in prayer or stacked on top of one another. And just allowing that initial intention to slip back into your mind. The space that we practice creating for ourselves is always there for us. And reminding ourselves that the universe, while it is wild and unknown, does not operate through fear. Can begin to witness this fear of the unknown and gently let it go. A practice, and a beautiful one at that. And take a deep breath in through the nose, letting it go through the mouth. Bowing the chin to the chest, honoring all that has come before us, all that is yet to come, and all that is with us in each and every moment. Thank you for a beautiful class today. Namaste.